Well, I am really excited to cover so many topics today because it's back to school season, which is my favorite time of the year because it means there's lots of activity that's happening. So, for those of you who don't know me, which is a rare number of you, my name is Kristin Kostka. I'm the director of the Odyssey Center at Northeastern University, and I will tell you in just a moment what the Odyssey Center is. But first, since we are in a school mode, I thought I'd tell you a little story, if you will. Once upon a time, a titan or two or three, or maybe it was 5, 6, 7, hard to know. They took on an incredible task to improve health by empowering a community to collaboratively generate the evidence that promotes better health decisions and better care. If you look closely, you can see George. He's rolling this rock uphill. He's got the weight of Columbia behind him. And it's fantastic. We have this incredible coordinating center at Columbia. We are really, really proud of our community. But it's a really heavy rock. And things escalated quickly. Oh boy, we have been kind of like a hockey stick. These are the favorites in clinical trials, having these upward curves of enrollment or growth. And, we're really excited to have so much success as a community. But if we go back to Port George, that's a big rock for Columbia to have to roll uphill alone. So, out of the goodness of our hearts, I thought I'd play my favorite meme from my favorite movie from the 90s. And if you don't know this one, just Google it. It's a great movie. But help is on the way. We recognize that as a community, our long-term sustainability means that we are all in this together, and there needs to be more support throughout our network to help enrich the amazing work that we're already doing. So this is actual footage of Christian running across the universe saying, yes, let's pull together time and space. And this is where I am coming from today, the Odyssey Center at the Roux Institute. And I thought I'd keep on this fun and play a bit of a game with you. Have you guys ever played this game with your kids? This is probably more of an American game, although I'm sure it is translated and available in other places. So if you've never played Guess Who before, it's this little board game where you have to guess. You have different personalities. We're going to play it backwards. I'm just going to reveal to you who's in our hand of cards. But the Odyssey Center has many titans behind it who are standing up a support mechanism to really help bolster the great work that's going on. So those of you who might know this personality, this is David Madigan. He's the provost of Northeastern. David is one of the original OMOP PIs, and for those of you who don't know, he's a really fantastic statistician, and he is really what brought the Odyssey Center to Northeastern. Now, next to him, we have Christian, whose name is Mooey today. It's really confusing. But Christian is coming in to the Odyssey Center wearing a little hat. 30% of his time is here to help us build and strengthen our relationship with industry and the data network. Of course, there's me. I'm in here as the director. My day job is really making this function work. And I've got 3 more friends in my camp. This is a new face. Some of you might not have met my colleague, Justin Mangiarides. Justin is a faculty in Bouvet College of Health Sciences. He's a biostatistician. He has led many large cohort programs. He's part of the PROTECT program, and he is a fantastic statistician working on missing data. Justin is helping us build our education programs, which we'll talk about momentarily. Of course, this is a titan you might recognize. Andrew Williams is also part of our Odyssey Center team. He is leading our research efforts and really helping us think about intramural collaboration and ways to expand our use cases. And last but not least, I'll introduce you to Brianne Oliveri Bowie. She's a new faculty that just started this week. She's on vacation. You might see her in the health equity group. Her passion is really around underrepresented groups and population characterization. And I know that she helped contribute to the Aim Ahead submission we prepared a few weeks ago. So this is the team behind the function I'm talking about today. And we are growing, and there'll be a lot of opportunity to add more cards to this. So this particular group at the Odyssey Center at Roux, we're a functional entity that's attached to this brand. So if you don't know what the Roux Institute is, it's a new place that's just north of our Boston campus, and it's up in Maine. And our focus is on life science and medicine, engineering, data visualization, experiential AI. And it's a home that really fits our Odyssey use cases. So that's why the Odyssey Center collaborates with this group. And what do we do? Well, I'm going to talk about this more specifically, but when we really talk about our functions here, we are doing data and research support, we are doing methods development, and we're doing education. And we want you guys to think about how these resources could become useful to you in the network. So on the data and research support, here's a sneak preview of something we're going to be having available this fall. It's called the Odyssey Lab. This looks like Atlas. Oh, it is. But it turns out we're going to have an environment for collaborators who want to do data and research work, who may not have access to their own environment. And this will be a box that essentially has real OMOP data in it that we can run projects in. So we're really excited about this because we know we've heard access is a big issue. And as we go back to school, there's a lot of opportunity of new questions we can ask of our data. And I'd be amiss if I didn't make a Kanye joke here, which is we're not Donda, but we do have a big announcement coming soon on the methods development front. So if you want to see our big Donda-like announcement, I'd highly encourage you to attend the Odyssey Global Symposium this year. Sign up. We've got something coming big on the methods front. I'm not going to cover that too much today, but I want you to think about it. Keep it in the back of your mind. And really, since today's theme is back to school, we want to tell you about the education programs we're thinking about inside of our network. So we are really, really fortunate to have the leadership of Nige Hughes of the Education Work Group. We are really fortunate that Peter and team in Eden have spun up the incredible Eden Academy. And what we're thinking about going forward is a world of micro-credentials. So I have a snapshot here of these things we call badges, but you can think of them as little ways to qualify the skills that you pick up along your Odyssey journey. So these are in development. This is something that we're going to be piloting. And you might even see it, say, attached to tutorials or other trainings. So we're really excited to talk about this as an opportunity to understand ways to help you guys get sort of the stripes and show your credentials. And so coming soon, in addition to the tutorial that's live here, you'll see information about how to opt into this. So we're really excited, and thank you, Anna and team, because we can't wait to see this incredible tutorial in just a few weeks. We know this is a really important topic. I know I work with a lot of you, and concept sets are really foundational to everything we do. And it's also worth saying that a big piece of our life here at Northeastern is experiential learning. And what we are thinking about in the education space is setting up opportunities so people can really plug in and get the skills to do our Odyssey research hands-on. And so we have a thing we call the Experiential Network at Northeastern. This is essentially a repository of all sorts of employer partners, academic partners, and you can think of these as little bite-sized projects that people get exposure to different key skills. And I know that Andrew is working very hard to think of ways to curate the work products that the community is interested in generating. And we're thinking about how to plug these into our experiential network. So we're really excited about this because we know there's a huge backlog of tasks that we want to do across work groups. And we want to find ways to help really springboard that and leverage the community that we have available here to help bring that work forward. So if you have ideas or things that you'd like to contribute, don't be a stranger. We really want to hear and understand what we can do to nest real applied work into our curriculums. And it's worth saying that we are really preparing this educational curriculum to be comprehensive. So we're thinking across bioinformatics, public health, and while many of this is very much in flight, you can think of us as really listening and responding to this need to curate talent to support real-world evidence generation programs. We know that many of you are posting jobs and having trouble finding the talent you need. We know that you're trying to scale up teams for grants, and we're trying to think of ways to help curate curriculum to train folks so they can be immediately deployable for you. So we're really excited about this. It's a little bit too early to tell you too much on this front, but we look forward to finding ways to promote this once it's gone through our governance. And you can really think of these as modular, stackable elements that help bring people the skills and the training from this incredible body of work that we've made as a community.